This young man had only taken a job on a remote island, but he never expected it would cost him his life. That morning, while out on patrol, the hunting dog ahead of him suddenly began barking like crazy. Confused, the young man quickly went over to see what was happening, but as soon as he got closer, he froze in fear. Down below the cliff, there was a person lying there, alive. The sight terrified the young man, who had just stepped into the working world. He immediately shouted for his companions in the distance. An old man came over, took one look, and told the young man to grab a rope so he could be lowered down to check on the person. Hearing that, the young man panicked. He asked the old man why he couldn't send Nick down instead, but Nick was clearly too heavy to be lifted back up, so the young man had no choice but to fetch the rope. The next thing he knew, they were lowering him down with the rope. But for someone on his first day at work, this was no easy task. He slipped and nearly fell, but thankfully, the two men above were strong enough to pull him back up. Before long, he finally made it to the bottom. He shook the person on the ground, but there was no response. Worried, he leaned in to listen and realized the man wasn't breathing. While searching the area, the young man found a locked wooden box. He tied it with rope so the others could pull it up, and judging by their struggle, it was clearly very heavy. Just as the young man was wondering what could be inside, it turned out the man had been faking his death all along. As the young man was knocked to the ground, the old man, after pulling up the box, quickly untied the rope and strapped it to himself, getting ready to go down and help. But by then, the young man was already being held underwater and struggling to breathe. If he wanted to survive, he'd have to save himself. In that desperate moment, his hand found a rock underwater.